Greetings. Pastor Brian here with our August 2020 newsletter. It was just last month that I mentioned how I was so looking forward to finally having the opportunity to worship together under the same roof. Well, thanks be to God, that became a reality. We've been gathering on Saturday evenings and Sunday mornings for 4 weeks, and it's been great. Different to be sure, but great. Nonetheless, like many of you, I still mourn the death of the way things used to be. Those weekly gatherings in the High Street Fellowship Hall after our 9 a.m. service, and South Campus worshipers gathering over a cup of coffee before the 10:30 service, and those intimate, comfortable Saturday evening services. And yet, as much as I miss all that, I'm also reminded that change, as difficult and as challenging as it may be, isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sure, it's disorienting when you're in the middle of it, and it's natural to wonder why all these changes are happening or even what's happening at times. Although we're dazed and confused by all these changes, God's not. And if we get out of the way of ourselves and let Him, He'll lead us through our ever-changing struggles. He'll protect us and sustain us, and He'll draw us closer to Himself. And when we emerge from this challenging season, we'll be all the stronger, and we'll be all the better equipped to serve Him. As I've reflected on the first half of this wild and crazy year, I know that's been the case for me personally, and I believe that is true for our new McKendry family as well. So we keep on moving forward with our eyes focused not on our situation or our ever-changing circumstances, but rather on God. And if we do that, He'll lead us through the gauntlet of changes, and He'll take us to where He needs us to be. God led us through our first month of worshiping together at South Campus, and in the same way will bring us to the day when we're back together in our beautiful High Street sanctuary. And folks, that day, God willing, is rapidly approaching. I can't give you the specific date yet because I don't know what it is, but myself and our church staff and our leadership team have begun putting processes and precautions in place to make that happen sooner rather than later. Again, we haven't set a date yet, but barring a COVID uptick in the area, our first Sunday back will be weeks away, not months away. Having said that, although worshiping once again in our beautiful High Street sanctuary is certainly a priority, it's not my top priority. The safety and security of each and every member of our church family is mine and our leadership team's number one priority. Therefore, we're not going to rush into it. But when we do open up High Street, I want you to be confident that every precaution has been taken so that you'll be free to worship rather than worry. And one more thing about opening stuff up. The same team that's working on getting us back to safely worshiping in High Street is also working on getting our children and youth activities going again, as well as our adult Sunday school and Bible studies. In fact, Pastor Jimmy's Wednesday morning Bible study is already set to resume on Wednesday, August the 5th at 9 a.m. All are welcome, but in order to maintain social distancing, the class will meet in Fellowship Hall and not Cox Hall. Also, if you're going to attend, be sure to wear your mask. Folks, these are challenging times. Changes are coming at us from all directions. Changes at home, at work, at school, and certainly at church. But we're not alone. Our God's brought us this far, and like Paul wrote to his Philippian church friends long ago, I'm certain that God, who began the good work within us, will continue His work until it's finally finished on the day when Christ Jesus returns. In other words, God's got this. So keep on looking up and keep on loving and caring for one another. And we'll see you in church.